Hello, welcome back to some red, white, and blue racing. As promised, I am doing the first ever SCRAM race in my SCRAM universe. As I have said earlier, there's a 1960 version of this, and I understand that they're supposed to be coming out with a 1995 or 4, somewhere in there, which is supposed to be Wayne Montana's rookie year. So they could be adding to this racing universe, but for me, I am starting it in 2012 because this was the first that was created originally, and I believe they have every season up to 2023. So if I enjoy it, I may keep that running. Who knows? But at any rate, this is the first ever one. So the first one on the schedule in 2012 is the BREW 600 at the Northern Lights Motor Dome, March the 4th, 2012 is what I got. And you can see Wayne Montana got the pole position. We got Stu Urich second, Dick Exam third, Craig Greco fourth, Ray Bob Walker fifth, Vic Holder in the sixth spot, Kurt Bryson in number 7. So, again, I'm sure these names will become more familiar and are familiar to those of you who have got involved in the SCRAM season. So, again, we'll play this race and see how it goes. So, this is a 28-turn race. So you divvy your race up into thirds. So looks like 1 through 9 will be our first. So first third of the race. So here we go, turn number 1. And that's going to be a duel right off the bat. And then 6 is the number 6 car in the top group. I didn't get my little tokens out here to help me remember everything. Need to be more prepared. All right. So number 6 in the 6 group is Kurt Bryson. So he's going to go after Dick Exam because he's the furthest down without a chip. And he's got a chip, so he's going to get it anyway. But he's a 3. His escape's 11. So he's in pretty good shape to try this. Let's see what he gets. So he gets a 2. So he is successful without the chip. So Kurt Bryson moves Dick Exam out of the way. Dick Exam's escape is a 4, so that doesn't bode well for Mr. Exam. And he gets an 8, so he is going to be collected. So for me, that's going to be a feud and a fume. So 57 and 13, so 13 is not happy. And that's going to be a yellow right off the bat. So turn 1 will be regular. Turn 2 will be a yellow flag. So we will check to see if he is going to stay in. So he's his pit crew is a D. So trouble in the first third is 1 to 8, and he will be able to stay in the race, and he does. So that might end up coming back later if we get a fume result. So that's yellow. So Donnie Schrupp will move up automatically without having to roll. And I'll pause it while I move everybody up. It seems to save some time off the video. Okay, so one thing I forgot is that here at Northern Lights Motor Dome, you take away 2 for escape and 2 for repair. So the escape didn't matter because he failed that anyway, but he got a 7 on his repair, and that's an 8. I forgot to take off the 2, so he's actually not going to be able to finish the race. So Dick Exam out of the race, not able to get back in here, as Northern Lights Motor Dome is particularly tough on race drivers. So what I do is that when I have a feud or fume, it carries over to the next race. So the next race I have, that fume will be carried on. If nothing transpires in the next race, then I drop it. So as far as it can go for me is the current race, one more race after that, and then if there's one retaliation, that's the end of it as well. So like, for example, if he had stayed in the race and then we had a fume result, however it turned out, that would be the end of it. Because again, if you keep people in that too long, it can really affect their racing. So, but it's fun to do it. So again, the next race that we have in the SCRAM universe in my 2012 season will have 57 and 13 fuming with one another. So now Bryson gets another chip for doing the winning the duel. So we're down to 39 racers already. Again, in my universe, I start at 40, mainly so I can show my dice tray. YouTuber problems. So again, turn number 1 is over. Turn number 2 was the yellow, and here's turn number 3. Put all my things back. Okay, so that's middle group 4. 3 is the middle group. 4, we're looking for the skill trait. Buck Trimble has it. I do notice in this set that there's not nearly as many of the triangles. Matter of fact, looks like there may only be one, and that's Jack Ventura. So he is going to be a long shot to finish this race if I do the advanced rule where when you get doubles, you look for a triangle. So I may not do that with this set. I may skip that advanced rule and just go with the luck of the draw, because again, there's no real life here that I have to try to duplicate. So I think I may do that, because they already are at a disadvantage. If he rolls a 6 on a gas check, you know, he already is at a disadvantage. So I think for this particular set, I have been doing that in the 84 set where you look for the triangle people. But in this set, I think I'm just going to do the finder. So unless I change my mind. But at any rate, so Buck Trimble, he's got a 2 on his pedal. Gets a 3, so he will not be able to advance. Bobby McKinnon, 36 Chevy. He's got a 5. So and that's a 4, which is an automatic, and he got a 6, as you can see. However, Ray Bob Walker has a performance chip, so will be able to outmaneuver Mr. McKinnon and hang on to his position in 5th spot. Let's see, I'm going to Dick Exam was in 3rd spot, the 3rd spot, and I like to keep that in my notes. Okay, so McKinnon, Fred Shaver, who has a sponsorship with the Gillette Shaving Company. He has the double skill, so he'll get 2 cracks at it. So he gets a 5. His gas pedal's a 4, so that will not work. He gets a 1 on that one. He's going after number 2 with a 5, which will be enough. However, Kurt Bryson has 2 chips to spare, so he will use one of them to hold off Mr. Shaver. The next skill is Billy Brett in the number 1 Ford. He gets a 5. He's got a 3 on his pedal. That will not be enough. Parnell Drake, number 70 Chevy. He gets a 5. He's a 4, so that will not be enough for him. The next skill is Greg Carl in the 18 Ford. Make sure we're looking for the skill, and we are. So he's got a 3 on his pedal, and he gets a 2. However, a number 1 will not beat anybody in the top group. Jordy Pettis. So let me know what you all think about seeing the dice. I know that if I was watching a video, I like seeing the dice because, again, you know, the 6s and the 1s, you know, it kind of gives you the result without me even having to say anything. All right, so Jordy Pettis of the Pettis brothers, or father and son. I ain't decided how to do that yet. He's going after number 5 with a 4, and that's not going to be enough. We got the break bonus. He's got 2 of his own, and he's got the skill, so 4 will not be enough. I saw somebody, Wayne Montana with the 3 breaks checks. I don't remember seeing anybody in my other sets that had 3 break points. So good. He's only got 4 on his pedal, so he's a good. It's hard to overtake him, and he's got most of the traits. So, and then Robbie Piotrowski, he has the double skill as well. Somebody else had the double skill. I don't remember if I did the double or not. Maybe it was Shaver. Yeah, I think I did. If I remember, I think he did 2 high on the first one, so I think that's right. All right, so anyway, double shot here. So he's going after number 3 with a 2, and that will not be enough as Greco's got 2 all by himself. So he will take his second crack at the top group here. And he's going after 3 again with a 3, and that's not enough either as he's got the bonus. So that will do it for turn number 3. A pretty uneventful turn. So turn number 4 coming up. And we'll be in the middle group again with an 8 this time. 8 is going to be control. So control. Fred Shaver has the control. He's got a 4 on his pedal. A 6 will not cut it. Carol Worthington has a control and a 4 on their pedal. That's a 1, but nobody will be overtaken with a 1 in the top group. Billy Brett. He gets a 3. He's going after 2 with a 2, and he has the control. So with the brake bonus, he has a 3. So Kurt Bryson able to hold his position. Parnell Drake has the double control, so he'll get 2 cracks. He's got a 4 on his pedal. A 6 on the red will not cut it. And he gets a 5, so he's not able to take advantage of either one of those. Greg Carl has a 3 on his pedal. He gets a 1. However, a blue 1 will not able. Everybody's got at least 1 in the top group. Jordy Pettis in the 5 Toyota. This is his brother. Okay, Kevin Pettis drives the Chevy. I could even say they're not even related. All right, so we got a 3, which is good. He's going after 4 with a 2, and he's got the, see, we're after 8, control. He doesn't have the control. He does have 1 brake and 1 bonus, so 2 is just what he needs. And that's all for the control. So another uneventful. Everybody kind of holding their position here at the Northern Lights Motor Dome. So turn number 5 coming up. And that's going to be a top group 6. So 6 is the heat. We're looking for the heat. And we've got a lot of chips in this one, so this should be interesting. Our first top group adventure here, if I remember correctly. So Donnie Schrupp has a 4 on his pedal. Wayne Montana doesn't have the heat. However, with those 3 and the 2, a 6 is needed to beat him. So no 6. And then I do these 2 dice together to see if it's even or odd. And so it looks like that's an 8, so they'll be able to keep their chips. Vic Holder has the heat. Again, he's looking for it. Needs a 6 on the blue, and he gets it. And that's enough for everything. So that will cost Wayne Montana his performance chip. So that's going to hurt him, as you can see. Lots of people lined up here. However, no heat, no heat, no heat, and no heat. So how about that? 3 of the next 4 had a performance chip, but none of them have the heat quality. So Wayne Montana will hang on to first for another turn. How about that? This game always throws you with some interesting things that you don't expect. A lot of fun. So turn number 6. Wayne Montana still in the lead. We get a bottom group 7, so that's good for Mr. Montana. 7 is the reflex. All right, Kenny Hicks in the 85 Ford has the reflex, a pedal of 3. He gets a 3. He's going after number 3 odd with a 1. So he gets no bonus. He has no brakes himself. And again, we're looking for the reflex, so that's going to be enough to move Parnell Drake. So he goes from 13th all the way down to 39. Kenny Hicks in the 85 Ford will move up to the 13th spot. So good driving there by Kenny Hicks. And then again, we're looking for the reflex. So Everett Davis in the pink 39 Chevy, he has double reflex, 3 on his pedal. So that's going to be good, looks like perhaps. So you got number 6 even, and a 6 is going to, or a 5 rather, is plenty enough to take Bobby McKinnon. So Bobby McKinnon drops down to 38. Everett Davis moves up, and he's got the double, so he has the opportunity to try to move up one more group. And he gets a 3, which is good. He's going after number 4 with a 3. 1, 2, and he's going to do it. Ray Bob Walker doesn't have that quality. He's got a brake bonus and that, so yep. So Everett Davis moves all the way up from there to number 5. So Everett Davis doing some fancy driving. Moves all the way up to the 5th spot. Levi Fox in the 10 Toyota. He has 4 on his pedal. He gets a 4. He's going after 3 even, and a 6 will always win. So we're getting some movement now. So Levi Fox will move Kenny Hicks all the way down to 37. 13th spot for Levi Fox. Kevin Pettis, he has the reflex. He has a 4 on his pedal, and he gets a 5, so that will not work. Russ O'Casey in the 41 Chevy, he's got a 5 on his pedal. Gets a 3. He's going after number 5 odd. And as we know, 6 on the blue die always wins. So Russ O'Casey will move up to number 17. Francisco Segovia will move down. So a lot of people with the reflex here. Just double check that we're looking for the right one, and we are. So Dave Lilly has a 3 on his pedal. He gets a 6, so nothing going there. Joey Wilson with a 3 on his pedal. And he was going after 4 even. And again, a 6 will always prevail. So Joey Wilson able to move up. Billy Brett. So a lot of jockeying and changing going on here. Mark Forth in the black 54 Toyota. He has a 5 on his pedal. And he rolls a 6. So how about that? Not able to move up. Rod Phillips has the reflex. He's a 4 on his pedal and gets a 5. Chris Wayne in the 15 red and white Chevy. He has double reflex, so he might have a chance to move up like Mr. Everett Davis did. So he's going after number 6 odd, and that 5 will move him up one group. So he's up to number 19, and we'll see if he can move up one more group, as Davis did. He gets a 5 on the red die, so he's got a 4 on his pedal, so that will not do it. So nice driving, not quite as nice as Everett Davis. The next reflex is Darren Schubert in the green and white 51 Dodge. And he gets a 1, going after number 5 odd with a 1, and that will not be enough to overcome Russ O'Casey. And then the last one in this group is Tom Rossi, and he's got a 5 on his pedal and gets a 5, going after number 4 odd. He rolled a 2. And that won't be enough. He's got 2 there, break point. So Carol Worthington able to hold off Tom Rossi. That'll do it for turn number 6. So we'll go to our first pit turn. And so that's going to be everybody in the top and bottom group, or middle group and top group, get a check for a break or a fast pit. So it could be a lot of performance chips, which will make things certainly interesting. So 4 and 6 will swap first off. So we'll move these around as the pit juggles things up a little bit. And so we will roll for our performance chip. Carol Worthington needs a 6 and gets an 11. No good. Joey Wilson needs a 7. Gets a 10. Russ O'Casey needs an 8 and gets a 7. So Russ O'Casey with the chip. Fred Shaver, he needs a 6 and gets an 8. Chris Wynn needs a 9 and gets a 10. So not good pit crews this turn. Ray Bob Walker needs a 7 and gets a 5. So his pit crew comes through. Levi Fox needs a 3 and he gets a 4. So just misses it. Cam Croyle needs a 7 and he gets a 6. So he will get his chip. Greg Carl needs a 2 and gets a 7. Jordy Pettis needs a 7 and gets a 5. So Jordy Pettis will able to do good with the pit. Phil Clooney needs a 2, gets a 3, close. Robbie Pietrowski needs a 3 and gets an 8, and so no go there. Everett Davis needs a 6. Again, he had made that big run from way in the bottom all the way up to number 7, and he will get a performance chip. Vic Holder needs an 8. Well, crap. Hit the tower already. And gets an 8, so he just barely able to do it. Donnie Schrupp needs a 5. Gets a 6. Craig Greco needs a 7. And gets a 9. Kurt Bryson needs a 6. And gets a 7. Stu Yerk needs an 8. Gets a 7, so he will be the only one with double chips. And Wayne Montana needs a 10. So it looks like Wayne Montana is the man in this set. And he gets a 9. So he will get that chip. He's going to need it. So these guys are already where they need to be. So let's get these guys positioned here where the people with the chips will move up. Let's see. There we go. Make sure everybody's in the right order. Then we will see if anybody here in the top group can overcome Mr. Montana. So that's driver number 3 with a 4. And so that is good. And so that's enough to overtake him. And then they got an odd on the 2 die. So they both will lose their chips, however. So Wayne Montana loses his place on first. And Craig Greco takes over. So that's pit number 7, number 61, Greco takes over first spot. So that'll do it for pit number 7. Turn number 8. And we get a top group 10. So with all those chips, this should be exciting. So we need the TV. Got a lot of TV here. Greco has the TV as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're going to need a 6. However, got a lot of chips there, and Greco lost his fighting off Montana. So Donnie Schrupp, again, needs a 6 on the blue die. And he doesn't get it, but he will use his chip. So Donnie Schrupp takes over first place here. So that's going to be turn number 8. Number 19, Schrupp. And again, I give a 2-point bonus for anybody that was ever in first, even if it's just for a little bit. So Wayne Montana is a TV driver. So Schrupp only has 3. So a 4, 5, or 6, Montana will be back in first. But he rolls a 6 on the red die, so that won't cut it. Kurt Bryson, the TV driver. Again, a 4, 5, or 6 will move Schrupp. He gets a 4. Oh, he rolls triples. How about that? Ouch. So Kurt Bryson with some trouble. Let's see what his trouble is. I don't know what I did with my chart. Bear with me here a sec. It's in the box. There it is. So let's see what kind of trouble Mr. Bryson has. Unlucky triples. He gets a 12, so a cooling problem, a roll for repair. His team is a B. We're in the first third of the race, just barely, and that was a problem. So 1 to 9, he's able to hang in there. He rolls an 8, so he will stay in, but going to the bottom, he's going to lose his chip. So Mr. Bryson will move down, so I'll write that down. Turn number 8, 57. Had a problem from triples. Cooling goes to the bottom. Again, I like my scorekeeping. So, all right. So the last person with the TV, see that wouldn't be a yellow or anything, is Stu Urich, and again he needs a 3, 4, or 5 to move Schrupp. And he just gets a 2, so he's not able to do it, but he's got 2 chips, so he will expend one of those to move Donnie Schrupp down to second. So we got our 4th lead change, or 3rd rather. So Schrupp is by number 9, Urich. All right, so we don't have a yellow, so we'll have to roll to move people up here. Move everybody down. So Jordy Pettis needs a 4 to move up. Gets a 6. Cam Croyle needs a 4. Gets a 4. So Cam Croyle will jump past Jordy Pettis to move into number 7. And again, let me pause this as I move everybody up. Okay, so I think I forgot that we lost 2 there, but still I think he was good. His B, and he had a 9, and we got a 5. So I think even with the -2, he would have stayed in. So I need to try to remember those adjustments. You don't get a lot of those, so it's kind of not in my memory bank. So I got to remember to add that -2 to escape and -2 to repair. So I don't miss that. All right. So that was turn number 8. Turn number 9 coming up. So Kurt Bryson all the way down to the bottom with some cooling problems, but his pit crew is able to get him up and running. See if he's able to bounce back and move up in the group. So turn number 9. This will be the last turn of the first third of the race. We get a top group 6. 6 is the heat, looking for the heat. Everett Davis has the heat, so 1, 2, 3. So a 5 or 6 is needed to move Stur Urich on the blue die. And that's a 2. They both have chips, and we got an 11. So Everett Davis is going to lose his chip and cost Stu Urich his, which is probably going to hurt Urich. Vic Holder has the heat, and again, we need a 5 or 6. He's the only one left with a chip. And he gets it. So how about that? That's going to be helpful for Holder. So Vic Holder unseats Urich and able to hang on to his chip to boot. So here in turn number 9, number 6 Holder. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, or actually 5. Montana started. So 5 lead changes here in 9 turns. So a lot of action going on in that regards. So the last person with the heat is Schrump. He's going to need a 6 on the blue die, and he doesn't get it. Got a 6, and so Vic Holder will stay in first place and hold on to his performance chip to boot. So we move into turn 10, which will be the beginning of the second third of this race. So that's a middle group 6. The 6 is the heat again. So let's see, Joey Wilson, 45 Chevy, has the heat. He's got a 3 on his pedal. And he's going, okay, a number 1 will not move anybody in the top group because they all get that 1 bonus. The next heat is nobody. Nobody else in the middle group has the heat. So how about that? Only Joey Wilson, and he not able to take advantage and move up. So turn number 10 in the books, an uneventful turn. All right, so we go to the top group 9. 9 is the star quality. So Cam Croyle has that, as does Vic Holder. So it needs a blue 6 in order to persevere. He doesn't get it. He got an 8, so they're able to keep their chips. The next person with the star is Urich, and he's got 2 cracks at it. So again, he needs a blue 6. Nothing on that one. Second opportunity. Nothing on that one. 61 Ford, Craig Greco. He has the single star. Not able to get that blue 6. Wayne Montana has the double star. So he gets it on the first crack. Vic Holder will use his chip to hold him off. And then he will get one more crack at him here. Both of them even with no chips. And not able to get the 6 that second time. And Donnie Schrupp does not have the star. So Montana challenging Vic Holder will cost him his chip. But he will still be in first place going into turn number 12. All right, middle group 6. 6 is the heat, as we already know. Joey Wilson. Again, I think he might be the only one with a heat still. Yep, he is. So he's got a 3 on his pedal. So he's all alone. He gets that. Going after number 1 with a 2. Schrupp has the heat, so he just has 2. So he's barely able to hold off Joey Wilson as they're scrapping it out. And so Joey Wilson will have to stay in 17th. Donnie Schrupp will hang on to his second spot. And again, that's the only heat in the middle group. So that'll do it for turn 12. Another relatively uneventful turn. All right, middle group 4 this time. 4 is the skill quality. So skill. Who has a skill? I think skill. Okay. Fred Shaver has double skill. He's got a 4 on his pedal. Gets a 3 going after number 6 with a 4. And 4 is enough. He's got he doesn't have the skill, so he's got 3 break points. However, he does have Cam Croyle has the performance chip, which he will use. Fred Shaver will get another crack as he has the star skill. And he rolls a 6 on the gas pedal, so that will not do it. All right, 18 Ford in the sky blue and black 18 Ford. He's got a 3 on his pedal. Oh, that looks good. So a 5 is going to be enough to move Everett Davis. So Everett Davis with that mad dash from the bottom is going to be bumped back to 13th as he's overtaken by number 18, Craig Carl. All right, so we're looking for the skill. Skill. So Robbie Petrowski has the double skill. So he's only got 2 on his pedal, though. Oh, he gets that first one. However, a 1 will not move anybody in the top group. So he will take crack number 2. And he gets a 6, and that's obviously way too much for the gas pedal. All right, so we got Ray Bob Walker with the double skill as well. He has a 4 on his pedal. And he gets a 4, going after number 2 with a 4. And that's not enough. That's Wayne Montana with those 3 break points. And he gets the 1 bonus, so he's just able to hold off Ray Bob Walker, who has the chip, however. So he will able to outmaneuver Montana after all and move up into 3rd place. Montana drops from all the way from 1st down to 9th. Jordy Pettis has the skill. And he, again, a 1 not enough. He's going after number 6, and he will use his pedal to move Cam Croyle down. Only moves up 1 spot, but it does move into the next group, which in my point system is from 5 points to 10. So that'll do it for 13. 14 coming up. And that's a middle group 7. So oddly enough, no trouble yet. And so far, I may have forgot a couple of these escapes. I think I got them all. But again, so far, only 1 racer lost in the race here at turn 14. Number 7 is the Reflex in the middle. Carol Worthington has the Reflex, a 4 on their pedal. It gets a 5, so that won't do it. Joey Wilson has the Reflex, a 3 on their pedal. And that won't do it. The next Reflex is Chris Wayne, who sports a double Reflex. So a 3 going after number 6 with a 2, and that will not do it. That's just enough. Jordy Pettis has the Reflex, so able to hold off Chris Wynn. So Chris Wynn will take a 2nd crack at it. Going after number 6 with a 4, and I believe that's going to do it. So it will. So Chris Wynn, on his 2nd effort, able to overtake Jordy Pettis, who just got up in the top group, but back down to number 15. Levi Fox has the Reflex, a 4 on their pedal. Gets a 6, so that will not do it. Everett Davis has the double Reflex, so he will try to get back into the top group here and got 2 chances to do it. All right, so got a 3 on their pedal, which is good. Going after number 2 with a 2. So we got, that's just enough. Ray Bob Walker has 2, so nothing going on Everett Davis's first shot. And a 1. Oh, triples. So Everett Davis with a problem. See what he can do. So 15 is a cut tire, causes wreck, roll on trouble, repair chart, yellow flag. So Everett Davis, he's got a B. We're in the 2nd, and you roll on the trouble. So 1 to 8, Everett Davis will be able to stay in the group, and he is. So he will drop down. So let me write that down here. So turn number 14, Everett Davis, number 39, in the pink 39 Chevy. He got a problem for rolling triples, so I don't get too many triples, but I've got 2 in this race so far. Let's see. I forget what. Oh no, he cut. Yeah, he's out of the race because he cut a tire. Oh no, that's right. Causes wreck, roll on trouble, repair chart, yellow flag. So yeah, he's not automatically out. However, we didn't do the -2. Yeah, -2. So again, Everett Davis was a B, and I don't remember. Yeah, this was the last roll. Sorry, this again, I don't have too many racetracks that have this, so I'm trying to get it into my mind so I can do it. So if he rolled a 7, which I'm pretty sure that was his last, so he needed an 8, so he is out of the race because that would be dropped down to a 6. So let's put him, that will do it for him. So the racetrack claims another one. So number 39, he had a problem due to triples, cut tire, and that's turn number 14. And so 14 is out. Yellow flag on 15. Okay, so the rules say that when you roll triples and you get a yellow flag, then you don't do any more checks. That's the end of the turn. So, and again, as usual, if you see anything that I miss, please point it out in the comments. Again, I'm still trying to get really good at this game because I enjoy it a lot. Obviously, as I've said before, when you turn on the record button, I obviously miss things. So if I get a chance to watch this back, I'm sure I'll catch something. I know that I might have missed this -2. I feel like I've caught it, but again, I might not have. So again, anything you see that I might have missed, I want you to tell me. I know some people don't like that. I do, because again, it helps me to remember, maybe not to do that next time, because you want to follow the rules as much as possible. But things happen. But anyway, feel free to say so. So again, because of that trouble and the yellow flag, Everett Davis is out, mainly because of the Motordome being a tough racetrack. 14 is out, and that was turn 14. A second here. My notes, I got to put that as 14. And then, like I said, 15 was our yellow, so we go to turn 16. That's an 11, and that's a problem in the top group. All right, so let's see who has the problem. Number 3. Actually, the red die is the one you use, so it's number 1, and then you do doubles. So, actually, I think I use the white die, and I do that because I always use the white die when I'm looking for this. So I'm going to go with the white. So number 3. So Greco has a problem. Let's see what his problem is. 32, loose in turn to the end of the bottom group. All right, so he's able to hang in there, but loses his gripping. So on turn 16, number 61 has a problem from the chart. Let's see, 32 was loose in turn. He goes to the bottom. Okay, so that's all there is for that turn. Now this one, it wasn't a yellow, so we have to see who advances up. So Cam Croyle has a 4 on his pedal and gets a 4, so he's able to move up. So I'll go ahead and keep it going here. Try to do this quickly. All right, so Tom Rossi has got a 5 on his pedal, and he misses the tower. He gets a 5, so Tom Rossi, looks like a quality racer in this set, is able to move up from the bottom group to the middle group. Biding his time, we're ready to make a move. So we've got a couple gold. Dave Lilly is a gold, and he's in the bottom. Kevin Pettis is a gold, and he's in the bottom. You got quite a few silvers in here as well. So we got some good racers in the bottom of the pack, waiting to make their move. All right, so that'll do it for 16. So 17 is our second pit turn, and that's a 6. So that's TV drivers. 1 and 6, I think you change in both groups when you have a TV driver. So 1 and 6 will change. So Wayne Montana just drops further down. He's down to number 18 at this point. And so just the TV drivers in the middle group. You can't have a chip in the bottom group. So Wayne Montana is a 10, so he could use a chip. Ooh, he just barely gets it. Phil Clooney is a 2. Not able to persevere. Donnie Schrupp with a 5. Gets a 5. How about that? His pit crew comes through. Stu Urich with an 8. Gets an 8, so his pit crew barely comes through. And Ray Bob Walker needs a 7. Gets a 12, so that doesn't do it. All right, so reposition everybody here based on their, let's see, he was there, I believe. He goes there. Okay. So these two guys are the only two here in this group. Russell Casey and Wayne Montana. So Wayne Montana able to move back up to 8th here, so taking advantage of a pit turn to gain a little ground. Pit crew doing a good job. Able to get him in and out quickly. All right, let's see if anybody's able to take over a Vic Holder here. So that's number 3 and a 4, and he is. So Cam Croyle will overtake Holder. So that's the first time. Let's see, he started in turn 9, so he wasn't able to get the 10 turns to get the performance chip. So on a pit 17, number 40 will be in first place for the first time. All right, so that'll do it for pit 17. So we're 2 turns from being in the last third of this race. This is turn number 18. At top group 8, we got doubles, so we'll have to do a problem at the end. When I always do the black token to help me try to remember that. I like doing it at the end of the turn. I was doing it at the beginning, but I just decided I like it better at the end. Not for sure why. So 8 is control. So Chris Wayne has control. Cam Croyle, the leader, does not, but he does have 2 and 2. So a 5 or a 6 will be enough for Chris Wayne to move up. He gets a 6, and that'll do it. So Chris Wayne able to overtake Cam Croyle and move into first on turn number 18. So 15, that's his first time in first place. So it looks like nobody's been in first twice. So we got quite a hodgepodge going here. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different racers in first place, and nobody been up there twice. All right, so again, we're after the control. Craig Carl has it. He's got a 3. He's going to need a 6 to move Wayne. And he gets a 5. He comes close, but not close enough. So the next control is Urich. Now they got, and Donnie Schrupp both have it, and they've got the chip. So again, let's see. He gets he gets triples. How about that? And as I understand it, you can't use a chip to undo a problem, and then that'll do it. Well, if he gets a yellow. If he doesn't get a yellow, we'll keep moving. So a problem for Stu Urich. 51 spins, drops to the front of the bottom group. So how about that? So he's going to lose his chip for being in the bottom. So that's happened twice with people. I think it's been the third spot both times. So turns 18, number 9 has a problem from triples. Spins, goes to the bottom, or actually the top of the bottom. So that wasn't a yellow. So we will get a chance for Donnie Schrupp to take a crack at win here. So he's not able to do it, but he will expend his chip to move win. So that's the second time Schrupp has been in first. So finally somebody who has been up there twice. Okay, so we didn't get a yellow. So we will move these guys down. Wayne Montana needs a 4. So that's the one thing he's not great at. He don't have the 5. And he's missing 2 of the qualities. But other than that, he's a pretty strong racer, looks like. All right, so let's get these guys here so I can... So somebody from the bottom group needs to move up to make room for Stu Urich there. So we'll... Brooks Bilovich, he's a 3. Gets a 4. Darren Schubert is a 4. Gets a 5. Jack Ventura is a 3. Gets a 3. So Jack Ventura, he's again the only one with a yellow triangle. So these guys will move down to make room for Stu. So Stu will see if he can, after his spin out, see if he can get back in the swing of things. All right, so that'll do it for turn 18. Turn 19. Oh, we got our problem. Glad my little died there. So we got to find out who has a problem in the top group. And it is number 2. So that's going to be Vic Holder. Let's see what his problem is. 42. Brake trouble, row for repair. He's in A. We are in the middle. And again, this is a problem. So the middle problem is 9. We subtract 2, so he needs a 7 to stay in the race. And he gets it. So Vic Holder, with some problems, is able to hang on and move to the bottom. So that's still turn 18. Number 6, he got a problem from doubles. He goes to the bottom. All right. So I'm glad I remembered to keep that little black die there to help me remember that. So again, no yellow, so Casey's a 5. And he gets a 5, so that's enough for him to move up. And so I'll pause it and move everybody else up here. Okay, I'll stop here with Urich, see if Urich's able to move up, because we've got to roll for that. And he gets a 6. He's not. Brooks Bilovich is a 3. He gets a 6. Darren Schubert is a 3, or a 4 rather. He gets a 5. Lonnie Lane is a 3. Gets a 3. So how about that? Lonnie Lane got 3 gold drivers in front of him. Is able to get past all of them as they're not able to do what they need to do to get up into the middle group. So Lonnie Lane takes advantage of the situation and moves up himself. So again, only 2 drivers out of the race so far. So far in this race, again, assuming I haven't missed something, is not spitting them out too bad so far. All right, so turn 19. That's a 1-9. Top group 9 is a star quality. Russell Casey has the double star, and Donnie Schrump just has a 2. So, and Casey has the chip. So he gets a 4 and a 6, so he's able to overcome Schrump without need of using his chip. So on turn 19, 41, that's the first time Mr. O'Casey has been in first. I think he started down pretty good, didn't he? 41, yeah, he started all the way down at number 36, so he is moved all the way up to first. So good drive in there. Okay, so again, we're looking for the star. Montana is a double star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he needs a 6 on the red die, or black die, or blue die, and he gets it. How about that? And they rolled a 6 on the 2 die there, so he will be able to keep his chip. Both of them will. But Wayne Montana able to take first place. So he started out in first, lost first on the 7th turn, and has thus regained it here in turn 19. So he's going to need that. Well, no, that's the last one with the chip. So the star is Cam Croyle. He's going to need a 6 to move Mr. Montana. He does not get it. Ray Bob Walker has the star. Again, needs a 6 to make him lose his chip. He rolls a 5, however, on the gas pedal. He's got a 4, so that will not do it. And then Chris Wynn has the star. And he just gets a 4. So Wayne Montana able to get back in first place and hold on to it. We are now on turn number 20, which is the last third of this race. Getting in the home stretch here. So 5 is the bottom group 9. So we haven't been down there in a little while. 9 is the star. So Vic Holder with the star. He's got a 5 on his pedal. Gets a 4 going after number 2 even. With a 4. 1, 2. Yep. Vic Holder will able to, let's see, he's going after 2 even. That's it. Robbie Piotrowski will be bumped down. Phil Clooney up to number 11. Craig Greco, who's dropped way back down. Let's see. He's number 61. Let's see. He lost it in a turn and dropped down to the bottom, so he's trying to regain group or his position. Ooh, it looks like he's going to get it. Number 1 odd. A 6 wins every time. So Tom Rossi is overtaken by Greco and moved all the way to the almost bottom, and then Greco back to number 9. So some good driving there by Greco. Let's see, we're going after number 9 is a star, so he just got the single star. All right, Kenny Hicks with the star. He's got a 3 on his pedal. 6 will not do it. The next star is Mark Forth in the 54 Chevy. And he gets a 1 going after number 2 odd, which is Clooney, and 5 will do that. So Phil Clooney will drop back down. Mark Forth up to number 11. Ralph Roach with the star. He's got a 3 on his pedal. The 4 will not do it. Darren Schubert in the green and white 51 Dodge. He's got a 4 on his pedal. And he gets a 1 even and a 6. So he is going to move all the way up to number 8. Brian Hammonds in the 77 Chevy. Drops down to 22. All right, Brooks Bilovich with the star. And he's got a 3 on his pedal. A 4 will not do it. And then lastly, Stu Urich has the double star. So let's see what Stu can do here. So he's going after number 3 even with a 2. 2 will not cut it. So Levi Fox able to hold on to his position. Stu Urich with a second crack at it. We'll go after number 2 odd this time. And with a 4, he will persevere. So Jordy Pettis drops down to number 20. Stu Urich is back in it at number 13. So that'll do it for that turn. Turn 21 in the books. Again, this is a 28-turn race, so we are getting close here. Turn 21 coming up, and that's a middle group 4. So 4 is looking for the skill. So no trouble. The trouble's on 5, which is, pretty good chance of hitting it, but so far we've avoided it. All right, so skill. So Jake Ventura. He's got a 3 on his pedal, the only yellow on the board, so he avoids the 6, but not enough for moving up. Fred Shaver with the double skill has a 4 on his pedal, and he gets a 4. He's going after number 6 with a 4, and that's going to be enough. So Donnie Schrump moves down. Fred Shaver up to number 7, and again he has the double skill. So he will take a crack at Wayne Montana. He needs a 6 to persevere, and he gets a 6, but a 5 is too much on his pedal. So Montana could have used his chip, but he won't need to. His Shaver not enough on the gas pedal, or too much on the gas pedal, I guess. All right, so we did Stu Urich, I believe. The next skill, I can't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did. So let's give him a shot. Stu Urich's a 4. He moved up in the last turn, and he's going to do it again. So number 3, Greg Carl, not able to hold off Urich. So Urich moves up once again to 4. So after spinning out on a turn, he is making up for lost time. So again, the skill is Vic Holder with a 5. And he gets a 4, a 6. So Vic Holder moves Cam Croyle down to 10. Vic Holder up to 5. And again, we're looking for the skill. So Craig Greco has it. He's got a 4 on his pedal. He gets a 5. That will not do it. And Darren Schubert does not have it. So that'll do it for turn 21. All right, turn 22. And that's a bottom group 8. 8 is the control. So Tom Rossi with a double control here, a 5 on his pedal. He's going after number 3 odd with a 5, and that's going to do it. So Tom Rossi will move Greg Carl way down to the bottom, and he's got a second crack at it here for the top group. Again, a 5 on his pedal, and he goes after 6 with a 5, and that's going to be enough to move Shaver. So Tom Rossi bounces up here, making some moves, laying in the back there, waiting for his turn, and found it and took advantage of it, moved up quite a few spots. All right, so again, we're looking for 8, the control. So Kurt Bryson, again, what problem did he have? 57. Yeah, he had a cooling problem, was dropped down to the bottom in turn number 8. Trying to get back in it here. He rolls a 5, so that won't do it as he's got a 3 on his pedal. So again, we're doing the control. Parnell Drake has the double control of 4 on his pedal, and he gets 5 odd. So he will move up. Blake Schlegel will move from 17 down to 35, and Drake will get a second crack here at the top group, trying to move up like Rossi did. And he gets a 4-4. And we're looking for control, and that's going to be enough. Vic Holder's got 3 break points altogether. And so Parnell Drake and Rossi are moving up together. Kind of see them drafting together and moving past the crowd. So Parnell Drake all the way up into 5th. Again, we're looking for the control here. Kevin Pettis has the control of 4 on his pedal. And he's going after number 2 odd with a 5, and he will be able to do it. So Kevin Pettis moves Mark Forth back down. All right, control. Dave Lilly has the double control, a 3 on his pedal. He's going after 3 even with a 3, and that's not enough because he has 2 plus the control. So Dave Lilly will try again, and a 6 is too much. Just missed triples there. Had 2 of those already today. Billy Brett with the control and a 3 on his pedal. He's going after 6 odd with a 1. So not enough. Lonnie Lane able to hold him off. So Marty Moen in the green and purple 8 Toyota. He gets a 5 even, and a 5 is going to be enough to move Carol Worthington. We'll move down to 23rd. Marty Moen up to 16. Brooks Bilovich with the control has a 3 on their pedal. Going after 6 even with a 4. And that's going to be enough to move Jack Ventura. So Brooks Bilovich up to 18. Jordy Pettis with the control will be number 4, and he rolls a 6. So that will not work on the pedal. So that'll do it for turn 22. Turn 23 coming up. That's going to be a dual 7. Now when you get a 7, you go to feud or fume. We only got 1 feud or fume going, and unfortunately, one of the participants is out of the race, so there's nothing going on this turn because I don't have any other feud or fumes going. So turn 24. That's number 5. Hey, we got it to trouble finally. So we got top group 5. We got our first trouble here finally on turn 24. So we'll see how this transpires. So turn 24. So right toward the end of the race here. So again, we lose 2 on the escape. So Wayne Montana needs an 8 and gets a 10. So Montana is out. That sucks. All right, so Montana is out. We need a 6 for win. This might clear the field. He gets a 7. He's out. We need a 6 for Ray Bob Walker. And he gets a 5, so he may hang on here. Stu Urich is an 11. He drops to a 9. Gets an 8, so he's good. Parnell Drake is a 5. Drops to a 3. Parnell Drake is out. Russell Casey with a 5. Drops to a 3. And 9 will not cut it. He is out. And then Rossi is an 8, drops to a 6. He is out, so that's enough to move it down. So this very well just might clear the field. So again, you only need 3 in the top group, and so we need 6 here. It goes to the bottom group, and it looks like we may get it. So Schubert is a 5, drops to a 3. Ooh, close, but Schubert's out. Greco is a 7, drops to a 5. Ooh, he's able to hang on. Cam Kroll with a 7, drops to a 5. He's out. Kevin Pettis is an 8, drops to a 6. Ooh, hangs on. Levi Fox with a 10, drops to an 8. Hangs on. Shaver is a 9, drops to a 7. Good, he's hanging on. Donnie Schrupp with a 7, drops to a 5. Schrupp's out. So I'm trying to remember how many we had here. was in the top group? I can't remember. I think it was these three so far. All right. So Wilson is a 9, drops to a 7. Hangs in there. Marty Moen is a 7, drops to a 5. He's out. Vic Holder is a 7, drops to a 5. He's out. Brooks Village is a 5, drops to a 7. Or a 7, drops to a 5. He hangs on. And then Lonnie Lane. So 1, 2, 3. So if he's out, we go to the bottom group. He's an 8, drops to a 6. And a 7. He doesn't do it. So that will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I'm pretty sure these guys were all in the well, I can count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So the bottom group we go. This is a pile up. Jordy Pettis is a 6, drops to a 4. He's out. Jack Ventura is a 8, drops to a 6. Excuse me. He's out. Let's do a second row here. Brian Hammonds is a 6, drops to a 4. He's out. Carol Worthington is a 5, drops to a 3. Out. Buck Trimble is a 6, drops to a 4. Oh, he hangs on. Ralph Roach is an 11, drops to a 9. Barely hangs in there. Rod Phillips is an 8, drops to a 6. He's out. Clooney is an 8, drops to a 6. He's out. Jimmy Velasco is a 5, drops to a 3. Out. Billy Brett is a 9, drops to a 7. Out. Holy cow. Jim Lilly is an 8, drops to a 6. Hangs in there. Francisco Segovia is a 10, drops to an 8. Makes it. Mark Forth is a 7, drops to a 5. Out. Hicks is an 8, drops to a 10. Oh, 12. Is a 10, drops to an 8, but he's out nonetheless. Bobby McKinnon's a 5, drops to a 3. Out. Man, I've never had one like this. Schlegel is a 4, drops to a 2. Out. Bryson is an 11, drops to a 9. Hangs in there. Greg Carl is a 9, drops to a 7. Hangs in there. And then lastly, Robbie Pietrowski is a 5, drops to a 3. And they're out. So holy cow. How many is that? Let's see. Crap, I can't remember if Billy Brett was out or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. All right, so Brett's out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24. I've never had that many. So, I think I'll go back and do the notes on this one later. So we'll just see who stays in and who don't. So again, we lose 2 on the repair. So we are in the third part of the race. So again, that's going to be turn 24. And then we got obviously 2 cautions on that. So we just got a pit left and one last turn after we sort out this mess. All right, so this is trouble A. So 7, Montana stays in the race. And he does. So I tell you what, before we do that, let me get the field back together here. So I don't think it matters what order you do these in to check to see if they're still in the race or not. I guess it might, but at this point it's just utter confusion. So Ray Bob Walker takes over first. Stu Urich goes to second. Greco goes to third. Kevin Pettis goes to fourth. Levi Fox 5. Fred Shaver 6. Joey Wilson 7. Brooks Bilovich 8. Buck Trimble 9. Ralph Roach 10. Dave Lilly 11. Francisco Segovia 12. Kurt Bryson 13, Greg Carl 14. So way more racers got knocked out of the race than was put in. So anyway, Montana is able to persevere. So he goes to 15. So Chris Wynn is an A, and again we're in trouble. So 7. Oh, wait a minute. He was a 7, and I forgot to take off the 2 for the repair. So he rolled a 6. His repair is a 7, so Montana does not stay in the race. Man, this course is brutal if you get in trouble. All right, so Wynn's an A, so he needs a 5 to stay in the race. He's out. Parnell Drake is a B, so that's a 6, needs a 4. He's out. A needs a 5. He's out. B is a 4. He's out. Schubert is a B, so he needs a 4. Especially it happening this late in the race. How about that? Schubert able to hang in there. Cam Croyle is a B, so he needs a 1 to 4. And he's out. Donnie Shupp is a C, so he needs a 1 to 3. He's out. Marty Moen is an A, so he needs a 5. He's out. Vic Holder is an A, so he needs a 5. He's out. Lonnie Lane he's a D, so he needs a 2. He's out. Jordy Pettis is a B, so he needs a 4. Pettis is out. D, he needs a 2. Robbie Piotrowski. Nope. Jack Ventura is an E, so he needs a 1, and that's impossible on 2 die. He's out. Brian Hammond, he's a D, so he needs a 2. He's out. Carol Worthington is a C. That's a 3. He's out. Rod Phillips is a D. He needs a 2. He's out. Holy cow, what a wreck. C is a 5. Drops it down to a 3. He's out. Blake Schlegel is a C, so he needs a 3. He's out. Billy Brett is an A, so he needs a 5. He makes it. So just 2 guys surviving this wreck. C is a 3 for Kenny Hicks. He's out. Phil Clooney is a D, so he needs a 2. He's out. Mark Forth is a B, needs a 4. And he's out. And lastly, Jimmy Valesco, an A, he needs a 5. And he gets it. So 3 out of all those wreckers, 3 left. So here we are with a pit and a turn left with only 17 racers left out of that mess. So that was, I have never remotely had a wreck like that. Again, these guys' escape ratings are low anyway, at least compared to my 84 set. And then losing 2 for the escape and the repair doesn't help. So brutal pile up here, cut the field in half. So let's do our last pit turn. All right, so top group will get the chance here. 5 and 6 switch. There is no 6 in the middle group, so they will stay where they're at. And then we will do the pit for the top group. So Fred Shaver needs a 6. And so Fred Shaver with a chip. Let's see, 7 for Joey Wilson. Will not get it. 3 for Levi Fox. Will not get it. 6 for Kevin Pettis. And he gets a 2, so he will get it. 7 for Greg Greco. 11 will not cut it. 8 for Stu Urich. He gets it. And then Ray Bob Walker 7, and he gets a 7, so he will get it. So, all right, so Kevin Pettis will move up to there. Fred Schaefer will move to there. Drop down, drop down. Let's see if anybody can take over first. That's racer number 2 with a 5, and he's got a 4, so Pettis will not be able to do it. We got a 7, which is odd, so they will lose their chip. So that's going to hurt Wade Bob Walker here. So depending on what we get here on this last turn, Shaver and Stu Urich have the chips left. So last turn, turn number 26. This is a 26 turn race, right? Oh no, we're doing turn 28. I'm where I need to be. Never mind. All right, so we got middle group 7. So that is going to help immensely for Mr. Walker. So 7 is the reflex. So Billy Brett has the reflex. He's got a 3 on his pedal. Gets a 3, going after number 6 with a 4. That's enough. So Billy Brett will move Joey Wilson down to 16th. See if anybody got a double reflex. Nope. So Darren Schubert with a 4. 5 on the gas is too much. Kurt Bryson with a 3. He gets a 6. That's too much. Dave Lilly with a 3. Gets a 4. That's too much. And that is it. So that's the race. So there you have it. Major wreck on turn 24. Basically clears the field, and Ray Bob Walker moves into first. Stu Urich comes in second. Kevin Pettis, number 68, will be in third. Fred Schaefer, number 44. Purple and white Toyota is fourth. Craig Greco, fifth. Levi Fox, number 10. Billy Brett, number 7. And you can see there we only are left with 17 racers. So that was kind of crazy. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was my first SCRAM. We'll see. I'm probably going to focus more on my 84 right now, but I, again, got this set and wanted to give it a try. So I will say it was a crazy and wild one. So again, if you see anything that I missed, please point it out. Any rules or suggestions, homemade or otherwise. Again, I'm really enjoying this game. It's the best game I have started and tried in a while, and so really enjoying it. And again, wanted to give the SCRAM set a shot. So at any rate, any comments are appreciated, and I will see you next time.